How you guys doing? This is my boy Nelson. He just got 4th place over this weekend, the Catskill Regionals. Man, what are we playing?
Sky Striker Olympics.
Alright, bro, hit us with the list.
Alright, so I ran 2 mathematicians.
Any scraps?
No scrap recycling.
Why math over scrap?
Because if you normal summon this, most of the time if they stop this, it just sits there and you get a draw 1. So, and also if it plays through there can only be 1, so
okay, yeah, perfect.
That's pretty good. 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Grepper. The list is really standard. This, if you draw an orcust, you discard it. Send Heart, do full combo. 3 Heart Horror, the best card in the deck. 2 Nightmare, 2 Skeleton for, you don't want to banish it with Gizmek.
Okay.
1 Wand, 1 Gizmek. 3 Phantasmics, 3 Ash, 2 Meisters.
2 Meisters, how'd you like those?
2 Meisters, well, I actually didn't Meister anybody the whole tournament.
The whole tournament?
It was the day before I was testing with a man over here that's recording, and I kept drawing Allure without a dark target. So I just bumped the Allure targets up by 2 more, and it helped out.
So you were alluring it all day long pretty much?
Yeah, I was basically just alluring this away. I think I allured this like 4 times or something like that.
Cool.
Triple Engage, 1 Anchor, 1 Drones, 1 Shark Cannon, and 1 Afterburners.
How'd you like the Afterburners?
So the Afterburners was really good against back row matchups in testing, but I didn't play any back row matchups. So the Afterburners I did use round 1 against Triff, actually. So I drew Triple Engage. He set up like a nut board. He set up Appaloosa, Dingirsu, Galatea, Counter Trap, and a set card.
The Pen Striker board.
Yeah, the Pen Striker board, right? So I drew Triple Engage. I allured a whole bunch. I had 3 spells engraved. I added the Anchor, and then I anchored his Dingirsu, and then I Afterburnered his the Appaloosa, and then I popped the back row. Then all I had to do was normal summon Armageddon Knight, full combo, cleared his board.
Free.
It was over. But unfortunately,
which part of that engine was the best for you? The Widow Anchor, the Hornet Drones, the Shark Cannon?
Probably the Widow Anchor. Well, okay, the Shark Cannon's insane too, but the Widow Anchor, literally most decks can't play through IP Widow Anchor. So you get 3 spells engraved. Yeah. You get 3 spells engraved. You Widow Anchor their stuff, and then you IP it away. Or you Widow Anchor Hard Power, and then you make Bomber Drop.
Yeah, no, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's insane. That's like the whole Striker engine. And then so we ran 3 Allures, 2 Returns.
Why not 3?
I cut it down because I cut the Orcust engine down, and I'm not running Bombard. I'm also not running 3 Nightmare. So I just felt like 2 was enough. Most of the time you were searching this off of Galatea anyways to get a 3rd spell engrave to dig with Engage. So sometimes I was just hoping I could hard draw Babel, but most of the time if I had IP and Widow Anchor set, that was enough. I didn't need Babel.
How many times did you think you averaged drawing on a turn with this engine?
With Engage?
Yeah.
Oh man, I drew like
3-4 times in a turn on average?
Like, if I had like a decent hand with Engage and like so Engage and a spell is basically draw 3 without Babel. So what you do is if you spell, so you activate the spell, right? You normal summon, you do your whole Orcust combo, or you Engage, get drones, right? And then you normal summon Hard Power, do your whole Orcust combo, then you set Return off of Galatea instead of Babel. You return your extra monster away, because you're going to have an extra monster when you, if you Kagari Armageddon Knight, you'll have an extra monster, which is an Orcust. So you return the extra monster away.
And get the draw 2.
And then you get the draw 2, and then you make Dingirsu IP, then you Engage, search the Anchor.
So you have Widow IP without the Babel draw 3.
So you dig 3 and you have an Anchor. So like you have Anchor or Unicorn, and then like you drew 3 cards, so you're gonna have like 2 hand traps in hand. There's not a deck that's gonna play.
Yeah, that's pretty buff.
Simple as that. I played 1 Babel, standard, 1 Rhoda, 1 Foolish, 1 Upstart. Just for more spells.
Yeah, 40 card deck.
Yeah, 40 card deck, and then 2 Imperms and a Crescendo.
Okay, 2 Imperm, you cut it down by 1?
Yeah, so I cut an Imperm and a Mathematician the night before because I felt like I was drawing Allure
with not enough darks.
With no darks too often. Most of the time this was just allured away. Or if you Phantasmate them, they ash it, allure away.
Yeah, no, it makes it free, 100%.
So free. So that's the deck profile.
Yeah, extra side.
Extra and the side.
That's fire.
Is there any
changes you'd make?
Probably maybe the Skullmeister for Crow. I never used it, so that's probably what I would change.
For the situations where Crow would have came up instead of Meister?
Not really. Meister really didn't do anything. Crow really didn't do anything. I don't know. Probably like more testing, but
Probably just the day of kind of thing?
probably just a day of kind of like how I would feel. So we'll go to the extra day. So I ran one Kagari, of course, one Shizuku. So I ran Shizuku because there's a lot of times where like sometimes you'll have 2 engage, or sometimes you need that extra spell engrave, which is your drones, or your engage, right? So if you draw 2 engages, you can so engage. So a spell and 2 engages. I know that hand's kind of crazy, but it actually came up like 2 or 3 times during the day. You make Shizuku first, so you have an engage and a drones in hand, and you use the other spell. Then you engage, then you make Kagari, and then you add the other engage back, and then you draw again. So you draw twice with 2 engages. It's crazy. It just you have a free pot of 3.
That sounds wild.
But if you just have Kagari, you can't do that. Also, sometimes you'll brick, or like they'll ash your math, and you can just Kagari, math, and so you can Kagari normal the math, and then you just make Shizuku. You add back your engage, you make Shizuku, and then they have to try to kill you through these 2, and you probably have 3 hand traps. So you get a draw off math, and you get a +1 off engage. You're coming back with a vengeance.
Absolutely.
1 IP. You might bump this to 2 to play through Nibiru. Sometimes you just have enough to like if they Nibiru token you have like an extender, or like you still have
You
symbol
have the
engrave.
token, and then you would have probably the symbol engraved still, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So if you have the symbol engrave, you can reborn the harp and use the token and the harp and make this again.
That's
so,
pretty smart.
Yeah. 3 Galateas, 1 Mongosu. Just for
Pretty
grind.
standard, yeah.
Yeah, very, very standard. This is the card that like, it's iffy. You could either play this or you could play 2 Masquerinas. I still like this. This did come up like
It's a free
couple
discard,
times.
yeah.
It's a free discard. It's a little bit neg, but sometimes you need it to get your combo going.
get
Like
there, yeah.
if you have drones, math, and harp, then like
That's a good card to have.
yeah, like that's insane. So you can just like bait 2 hand traps out and like play.
How was Phoenix for it?
Phoenix was pretty good. I don't think I summoned it that much, but you know, you need it when you need it. Yeah, like if they have there can only be one, you need it. Same thing with this. Boral Sword. I don't think I summoned this at all, actually. But it's still good. It'll win you games. It'll steal you games.
100%.
Bomber Dragon.
Big man.
This actually won me my last round. I already won game 1, and game 2 literally went into time. Like it didn't, and he had a bunch of stuff in defense position. So I attacked with this, used its burn effect, and I dealt 2450, and it went into time, and I was up
You
on
just
my.
kept exploding.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and I blew up his board like 2 times. This is insane. Bomber Dragon's insane. Double Dinkersu, very standard. Very good for recursion, you know, standard stuff. And Zeraboros for a couple of OTKs.
Yeah, and then also with the Gizmek, Zeraboros works really well, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Against back row. So I didn't play Trispana because Zeraboros kind of does the same thing.
Exactly.
And for the side, 1 order, 2 twisters. Oh no, 3 twisters. Triple twisters. For back row, you know, this is really just for striker. These are for like Altergeist if I see it. I know Altergeist.
And strikers generally you're more your like only kind of hard matchup ish here or there. Like.
Yeah, so like with striker, if you draw this, I mean like you have so much draw power, you'll probably dig for this. And if you brick, you draw this double Phantasme, you can just win the game without even.
Yeah, literally with just that.
Yeah. 2 Nibiru for salad, the mirror match. For the mirror match, I sided this in and 3 Lancias. This is for back row, but the theory was like it was either between this or Chaos Hunter, and I chose to run this because it breaks the board. It breaks the whole Orcust board when they set up Babel IP.
Yeah, because they don't end up ding anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't side this in at all. But that was mainly because I didn't play back row, and it also hits back row. Chaos Hunter doesn't hit back row, so I was like, I was thinking like I was probably gonna
So
play
it's
some
just a
back row.
judgment call.
Yeah, this is a judgment call, but I didn't side it in, so.
That's fair.
I still feel like I would keep it in though. I still feel like I want to keep it in.
And then the staple 3
Yeah.
Lancia.
3 Lancia, 3 Call by the Grave. This I
Besides
sided in
Recall.
going first. So like I eat up hand traps like crazy. The only thing I can't play around, and sometimes I still can play around it, but the only thing I can't like play around if my hand isn't crazy is if is Lancia. So
Or a big old
called
dim shifter.
Yeah,
fuck with
or a dimensional shifter. Yeah, my boy.
When I
over
dim
here,
shifted you?
He destroyed me because he dim shifted me twice.
All
and he
three games.
Yeah, he dim
All three
shifted me
games.
all 3 games, and he Lancia'd me games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Twice game 2. Shit was insane. And then the 2 tokens, of course.
That's
the
fire.
Kaiba token and the field.
All right,
token.
what were your matchups, bro?
So round one I played Triff. I played Sky Striker, Pendulum, Orcust. Round 2 I played ABCs. Round 3 I played Heroes. Round 4 I played Orcust and then another Orcust. Then I played Thunders, which was my only loss because he drew.
Because I'm a god.
He literally just sacked me. It was crazy. He just sacked me. And then the rest of it was 5 mirrors. So 7, 8, and 9 were all Orcust as well.
And your
all the
only
Orcusts were.
non-wins were to me playing Thunder and then to the Pen Orcust Striker, right?
And I drew to Triff, yes.
Yeah, okay,
so
cool.
I went X1-1 and ended up getting 4th
Pretty
place.
impressive, man. 4th
Yep.
place, got the deck box. Anything you would change to your list?
Maybe the Pankratops, maybe the Meisters. Otherwise, I really like this list. I think the list is really, really fluid. Maybe I don't know if this breaks the whole board too. You could run another one of these and 2 Hunters.
That makes sense.
There's some stuff. It just depends on how the meta shapes
All right,
out.
bro. Appreciate your time.
Yep.